Hello friends, welcome to the YouTube channel of Chamili Devi Institute of Pharmacy Indore. Now today I am discussing about the basic topic of Pharmaceutics 1, that is filtration and clarification. So let's start with the key points that are need to be covered. Now here the topics to be covered are definitions, then various terminology used in filtration, then mechanism of filtration, factors affecting filtration or rate of filtration, and types of filters. Now first of all, let's see the definition of filtration. Now the filtration is the process of separation of solid from a fluid by means of a porous medium that retains the solid though allows the fluid to pass. It means when we pass the mixture of solid or liquid through a porous medium, the solid will retain over the filter medium and the fluid will pass. This process is known as the filtration. Now next is the clarification. Now when clarification is termed, if the solid content is not exceed than 1% weight by volume, then it is termed as the clarification. Now let's see the various terminologies used in filtration. First is the slurry. Now slurry is the suspension that to be filtered. It is a mixture of solid and liquids. And then next is the filter medium. Filter medium are the porous medium which are used to retain the solids. So when the suspension of solid and liquid are passed through the filter medium, then it will retain the solids and the clear liquid will pass through the funnel. Next is the filter cake. Now filter cake, these are the solids that are accumulated on the filter. When the clear liquid passes, the solid will retain on the filter media that will form the filter cake. And last is the filtrate, the clear liquid that we get after the filtration is called the filtrate. So this is the various terminologies which are used in filtration. Now let's see the various mechanisms of filtration. Following mechanisms are involved. First is the straining, then impingement, entanglement, and attractive forces. So by these four mechanisms we can understand the mechanism of filtration. Now let's see the first mechanism, that is straining. Now to remove large visible particles by using coarse filtration medium, that is cotton, wool or muslin cloth, the process is called a straining. Means the process by which large visible particles it can be removed by using the filtration medium. Here you can see that large particles are flowing through the filter medium but it gets retained. So we can easily separate the large visible particles through the process called straining. Now let's see the next mechanism, that is impingement. Now the mechanism by which large high density particles are captured is called the impingement. So here the solids that have a momentum, they move along the path of streamline flow and it strike the filter medium. So by impingement, the particles having a force, having a momentum of its own, they got strike to the filter medium, and by this high density particles are captured, which is called the impingement. So here you can see that large particles that got strike the filter medium and the small particles they are easily passed through the filter medium. These are the retained particle and these are the passed particle. So you can see the difference that retained particle, that means it is a high density particle that retains on the filter medium due to impingement, and the particle which passed they are small in size, smaller than the pore size of the filter medium, they got passed away. So this is the second mechanism, which is impingement. Then third mechanism is the entanglement. So here particles get entangled in the mass of fibers due to smaller size of particles than pore size of filter medium. Means if the size of the particles they are smaller than the pore size of filter medium, then it get entangled in the mass of fibers. So here you can see that particles which are passing through the filter medium and the particles which are smaller in size, they get entangled between the pores of the filter medium. And the last mechanism is the attractive forces. So here solids are retained on the filter medium as a result of attractive forces between the particles and the filter medium. So a force is exerted between the particles and the filter medium, and due to this the solids are retained. So from the figure you can see that that attractive forces are exerting between the particles and also between the filter medium and the particles, and due to this the solids are retained over the filter medium. So these are the four mechanisms from which you can understand the mechanisms of filtration. Now next see the next topic, that is theory of filtration. So here Darcy's law is explained. So this equation, Darcy's law, it is an equation that describes the flow of fluid through a porous medium. This law is formulated by Henry Darcy based on the results of experiment on the flow of water through the beds of sand. See, Darcy carried out the experiment. He carried out the experiment by flowing the water through the beds of sand. See, sand, it acts as a porous medium. So water passed through the porous medium of sand. So by this he describes this law. He gives this equation, that is V is equal to Ka delta P by eta L. So let's see the various these terms used in the equation. Here V is the volume of filtrate. So filtrate, as we know, filtrate is the clear liquid that passes through the filter medium. So V is the volume of filtrate. Then K here is the permeability coefficient, which depend on the nature of precipitate to be filtered and the filter medium. So here K is the permeability coefficient, so which depends on the precipitate or the suspension that is need to be filtered. So nature of the precipitate and the filter medium, which type of filter medium is used. So this K permeability coefficient depends on this both. Then next is the A, which is area of the filter bed. The filter bed used, so its area also depends on the rate of filtration. So A is the area of filter bed. Then delta P, this is the pressure difference which acts on the liquid and below the filter medium. So the pressure difference between the liquid and the pressure generated below the filter medium, that pressure difference is the delta P. And then eta is the viscosity of liquid, that viscosity of slurry that you are filtering through the filter media, then eta is the viscosity of liquid. And volume of filtrate is inversely proportional to the viscosity of liquid. If if liquid is more viscous, then less filtrate will obtain. And then last is the L, which is the thickness of filter cake. See, the solid that retain on the filter media, that forms a filter cake. So its thickness also depend on the rate of filtration. So this is the Darcy's law. which explains the theory of filtration. Now next is the factors affecting rate of filtration. First is the pressure. This is the pressure difference that we have talked in Darcy's law, that is delta P, pressure on the liquid and below the filter medium. Then viscosity, that is viscosity of the fluid. Then surface area of filter media. Next is the temperature of liquid that is need to be filtered. It also affects the rate of filtration. Then particle size, pore size of filter media. See, there are different types of filter media, so different media have different pore size. So the pore size also affects the rate of filtration. Then thickness of the filter cake and the nature of the solid material that is need to be filtered. Different solid materials will form different porous structure over the filter cake. So depending on the porosity of the filter cake, the rate of filtration also differs. So these are the factors that affects the rate of filtration. Now let's see the types of filters used in filtration. First is the filter paper, and these are the most common filter medium which are used in filtration process, as it offers controlled porosity, low cost and limited absorption characteristics. These filter papers, these are available in different grades and quality based on the pore size, such as fine, medium and coarse. So there are some of the drawbacks of filter paper. They shed very fine particles to the filtrate. So when we get the clear liquid, that is filtrate, so we can get some shades of fine particles, and it also absorbs properties of liquids. So the liquid we are passing through this filter paper, it can absorb its properties, the property of liquid. So these are the two drawbacks of filter paper. Now next is the cotton wool. So cotton wool is used for filtering moderately coarse particles. For this, small tub of cotton is placed at the neck of funnel while filtering. So of this cotton wool filter, we form a small cone type toe and placed on the neck of the funnel for filtration. And the drawback of this cotton wool filter is we may get shreds of fine cotton hair in the filtrate. Now the third type of filters are glass wool. So these type of filters are used when highly corrosive chemicals are need to be filtered. See, cotton wool or filter paper, they will not able to work with corrosive chemicals like strong acids, alkalis or oxidizing agents. So for this, we can use glass wool filters. And the drawback of these glass wool filters are it may contaminate the filtrate with glass fibers. So we can get a glass fibers in the filtrate, so it may contaminate the filtrate. And the next is the fine muslin cloth. So muslin is a cotton fabric of plain weave, and it can be made in a wide range of weights from delicate shades to coarse shading. Next is the filter cloth. So it is a synthetic cloth with various kinds of materials such as nylon, polyester and polypropylene. These are the fine muslin cloth and filter cloth. Now next is the membrane filter. Now membrane filters are used primarily for separating particulate materials or microorganisms larger than the rated pore size from gases or liquids. So membrane filters, they retain particles on the surface, membrane surface, and this retention can go down as low as 0.02 micrometer. So generally they are used in microbiological and air pollution applications. And these membrane filters, these are made up of cellulose nitrate, cellulose diacetate, polycarbonate and polyester. So these are the membrane filters made up of different cellulose derivatives, and these are the type of filter, membrane filter, which are used in the water purifiers. Now next is the sinter glass filters. So these filters are made up of borosilicate glass. Here borosilicate glass is finely powdered, sieved, and the particles of desired size are separated, which are molded in a disc shape, and a heat is applied at which adhesion takes place between the particles. So this disc is then fused to a funnel of suitable shape and size. See, these sinter glass filters are available in different pore size, and depending on its pore size, these different funnel with the sinter filter are numbered. And here the filtration is carried out under reduced pressure. These funnels are used for bacterial filtration. So guys, in the today's session, we'll learn about what is filtration, then its mechanism, then various factors which affects the filtration. We learned about the Darcy's law, which shows different parameters that affects the rate of filtration, and the various types of filters which are used in the filtration.